Time for NASCAR weekend, Ruoff Mortgage 500 weekend at Phoenix Raceway. Championship preview here in the desert. This is the Inside Lane. I'm your host, Devon Henry. Join us to preview all the weekend's action. He's a three-time Chili Bowl Nationals champion, the 2013 USAC National Midget Champion, and a NASCAR Cup Series winner. Driver of the Joe Gibbs Racing number 20 Toyota Camry. From Norman, Oklahoma, it's Christopher Bell. Christopher, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Devin.
Hey, it's a pleasure to have you, and you are starting to get a little bit on a roll with that number 20 team, able to pick up your first career pole at Las Vegas, trying to keep that momentum rolling here in this West Coast swing. But when you come out to Phoenix, you've had a little bit of success here in Victory Lane back in 2018 in the Xfinity Series, but with these new next-gen cars, what exactly is the goals? What do you guys need to achieve to get this number 20 now in Cup Series Victory Lane?
Yeah, so the goals have definitely changed since they introduced the new car, and it makes it very simple. You go to the racetrack and you eliminate as many mistakes as you can, and the guy who does that the best is going to win the race. So the next gen cars have been really great since they debuted them at the Coliseum. I think NASCAR should be really proud of what they've brought to the racetrack, and the racing product has been outstanding for the first couple of weeks. So I expect Phoenix to be no different. The cars are really tough to drive. We've seen a lot of mistakes, a lot of crashes, spin outs by guys pushing too hard. And that's what all of us drivers want. We want to be able to showcase our talent, and they gave us a car that's hard to drive, and we're able to do that.
So I think a few people might have brought this up, because now that we're done with that, we can get to the fun stuff now. Because, I mean, you're a dirt racer all your heart. That's been where you grew up at. That's where you're sometimes the greatest at. You're one of the best at it. Your wife, Morgan, also came from a dirt racing family and background, but with how difficult these cars are to drive, does some of this dirt track experience kind of help cater, because those things are always sideways anyway? Does that kind of dry, slick dirt racing experience help you with these cars, or do they connect in any way?
Yeah, I think so. And more so, it's the rules package, right? So NASCAR thankfully went with a high horsepower, low downforce package that makes the cars, that's what makes the cars hard to drive. And then with that, the tire and wheel assembly has been completely different than what we had in years past. So all in all, it makes it a lot of fun for us, because we're having to work inside the car and slip and slide around and really drive these things. So yeah, I mean, I love dirt track racing, and I definitely think it's given me an advantage in these things.
So I was talking to Martin Truex Jr. recently, and he was kind of talking about when he got to race in that midget race, take some laps in the midget at Indianapolis for the BC39 kind of pre-race festivities with Toyota. So he was like, dirt racing might be on my radar in the future. Denny Hamlin has some Prelude to the Dream experience. Kyle Busch is kind of all in on dirt, especially with Brexton racing dirt. So are you some sort of like dirt track missionary, and you're starting to convert all these NASCAR guys to jump onto dirt every now and again?
I don't think I can take the credit for it, but it is funny because when I went to Kyle Busch Motorsports back in 2015 and 2016, Kyle, he basically, told me dirt was stupid and, asphalt's where it's at. And now here we are with his kid, dirt track racing, and his kid loves it. Brexton is getting to be pretty good at it. I know he won at your home track last week at Adobe. So, and they're planning on going back out there again this week and racing. So, Brexton loves dirt track racing, and Kyle has fallen in love with it too. So I guess I can take a little bit of the credit for Kyle at least.
That sounds plenty fun, and I know that over at Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson's getting Chase Elliott into it, so they're kind of speaking and dabbling with one another. Do you ever get any questions coming your way? I mean, you're the youngster. You got 3 old men on your team with you. Do you get any of the older guys coming and asking you dirt questions ever?
Well, it probably happens more so whenever we go to Bristol for the Cup race on dirt. But, Martin, he was one of the guys with the least amount of experience going into the Bristol dirt race, and he did amazing. We saw he won the truck race, and then in the Cup car, he led a lot of laps and was really fast. So I've been really impressed with him. And then Kyle has obviously picked up on the micro sprint racing. So dirt racing's really popular right now, and a lot of guys are getting into it, that's for sure.
And you're still so young, and you've had so much experience, whether it be on asphalt in so many different cars, on dirt in so many kinds of cars. Is there any other form of racing? And I know everyone always alludes directly to the Indy 500. I'm talking even beyond that. If it's road course racing, if it's sports car racing, is there anything that you've ever went, in the future, I think I might want to get my toes wet in this form of racing?
That's a tough question. On the top of my head, maybe big block modifieds. That's been something that's caught my eye recently, and would love to give it a shot. But as far as big stuff, Indy 500 would be really cool to do one day. That's pretty far out there, and I've got a lot of racing left to do before I think I am ready to attempt that. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be tough. Definitely big blocks and maybe the Indy 500 would be the two that I've circled.
So before I let you go, for preparation for this interview, I went to your oldest available Instagram post, and so I must check once more. Is In-N-Out still your favorite part of these West Coast trips?
Absolutely. As soon as the plane lands, that's where I'm headed.
Oh, beautiful. The Oklahoman coming over again. So I know a lot of the guys over there are all Whataburger, so it's good to have an In-N-Out fan coming out of Oklahoma.
I do like Whataburger too, but In-N-Out has the tops.
Christopher, I appreciate your time. Always a blast to chat with you, and hopefully we'll do it again here in just a couple of days in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane at Phoenix Raceway for the Ruoff Mortgage 500, bud.
Thanks, Devin. We'll see you later.
This is the Inside Lane on Sports 360 AZ. Keep it right here. Everything going on this weekend at Phoenix Raceway.